Everyone, welcome back to Nandini's classes. In our last video, we have dealt with the rules for changing active to passive, and we have dealt with all the present tenses, a simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. So today's video is about past tenses. So today we will deal with the formula, with the structure formula of how to change active to passive in the past tenses. So my dear students, before we get started, please subscribe to my channel if you have not subscribed yet. And please do not forget to click on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so be ready. We are going to deal with all the formulas of the past tenses. So first we deal with the simple, past tense. When we change simple past tense into the passive. So the structure formula is on the screen. So students, for positive simple past active voice, we use the formula subject plus second form of the verb, that is V2, plus object. And when we change it into the passive, we use the formula object plus auxiliary verb, that is was and were, plus past participle, that is V3 of the main verb, plus by, plus subject. So let us take one example. I bought 2 sandwiches. So here I is the subject, bought the second form of the verb, 2 sandwiches, object. Now when I change it, that is 2 sandwiches were bought by me. I will use object plus auxiliary verb plus V3 plus by and plus the subject. Now let us look into some more examples. He wrote a letter. Here he is the subject, wrote second form of the verb, and letter is the object. Now when we change it, a letter was written by him. First comes the object, a letter, then auxiliary verb was, then third form of the verb written, and then the subject. Now some more examples are there for you on the screen. For negative simple past sentences, we use the structure formula as follows. Now, for negative simple past active voice, subject plus second form of the verb, that is V2, plus not plus object. Then when we change it to the passive, it will be object plus auxiliary verb was or were plus not plus past participle, that is V3 of the main verb, plus by plus subject. For example, you did not listen to me. You is the subject plus did. Second form of the verb plus not plus listen plus to me, that is the object. When we change it into the passive, it becomes I was not listened to by you. I is the object, plus was auxiliary verb, plus not, plus listened, that is third form of the verb, plus to by you, that is subject. So there are more examples like she did not know anything about it. Nothing about it was known to her. And for more examples, you can see it on the screen. Now, for interrogative simple past sentences, we use the structure formula as follows, that is on your screen. Auxiliary plus subject plus main verb plus object. And when we change it, it is the auxiliary verb plus object plus past participle, that is third form of the verb, plus by plus subject, which is optional. For example, did they stop him here? Now here, did is the auxiliary verb plus they subject plus stop, first form of the verb, plus him, that is the object. Now when we change it, was he stopped here by them? So was is the auxiliary verb plus he the object plus stopped, third form of the verb, plus by plus them, that is the subject. So there are more examples on the screen for your better understanding. Did she eat the burger? Was the burger eaten by her? Now students, while changing interrogative sentences from active to passive, there are also certain special rules. Those rules are on the screen for you to know. Students, please note that when we use did as the auxiliary verb, we use first form of the verb, that is V1. But when we use question words such as who, when, where, which, why, etc., without did, then we use the second form of the main verb. For example, look at these sentences. Did they stop him here? Here we used auxiliary verb did and we used first form of the verb, that is stop. Now look at the other sentence. Who killed the snake? So here we used a question word who and we used the second form of the verb, that is killed. Okay, now students, we are going to deal with the formula of changing past continuous sentences into the passive. So to change, past continuous sentences into the passive, the rules are on your screen. So the structure formula for past continuous positive sentences from active to passive are as follows. Subject plus auxiliary verb, that is was or were, plus main verb, that is V1, plus ing plus object. When we change it into the passive, it is the object plus auxiliary verb was, were, plus being, plus past participle, that is third form of the main verb, plus by, plus subject, which is optional. For example, she was writing a novel. Here she is the subject, was auxiliary verb, plus writing, that is verb plus ing, plus a novel, which is the object. Now, a novel was being written by her. A novel is the object, was auxiliary verb, plus being, plus written, that is third form of the verb, by her, which is the subject. Now, some more examples. He was giving a lecture. A lecture was being given by him. For your better understanding, there are more examples on the screen. Now, the structure formula for past continuous, negative active sentences are as follows. Subject plus auxiliary verb, that is was or were, plus not, plus main verb, that is verb 1, plus ing plus object. When we change it, it is the object plus auxiliary verb, that is was or were, plus not, plus being, plus past participle, that is V3 of the main verb, plus by, plus subject, which is optional. For example, she was not preparing dinner. Dinner was not being prepared by her. So dinner is the object here, plus auxiliary, plus not, plus being, plus prepared, that is third form of the verb, plus by her, that is the subject. Now, more examples. He was not making a speech. A speech was not being made by him. There are more examples for you on the screen. Now we come to the next structure formula in the past continuous, that is past continuous interrogative active sentences. So, for past continuous interrogative, we use the formula was, where, that is auxiliary verb, plus subject, plus main verb, that is verb 1, plus ing, plus object. Now, when we change it, the structure formula goes as follows. Was or where, plus object, plus being, plus past participle of the main verb, that is V3, plus by, plus subject. Now example. Was she writing a letter? Was auxiliary verb, plus C subject, plus writing, that is verb plus ing, plus a letter, that is the object. So when we change it, it is was a letter being written by her. Was is the auxiliary verb plus a letter object plus being plus written third form of the verb plus by her, that is the subject. So there are more examples for you on the screen. Which book were you reading? Which book was being read by you? Now please look at the other examples. Okay, now students, we will be going through the structure formula of changing past perfect positive sentences into the passive. So the structure formula are as follows. For changing past perfect positive sentences into the passive, the structure formula is subject plus head plus past participle, that is third form of the verb, plus object. When we change it, it is object plus head plus been plus past participle, that is third form of the verb, plus by plus subject. For example, I had written a letter. Here is the subject plus head plus written, that is third form of the verb. A letter is the object. Now when we change it, a letter had been written by me. So letter is the object plus had plus been plus written, that is third form of the verb, plus by me, that is the subject. So other examples. I had eaten the cake. The cake had been eaten by me. So there are more examples for you on the screen. The structure formula for past perfect negative active sentences. Subject plus had not plus past participle plus object. So when we change it, it is the object plus had not plus been plus past participle, that is the third form of the verb, plus by plus subject. Example, I had not listened to him. I is the subject, listened is the third form of the verb, to him is the object. And when we change it, he had not been listened to by me. He is the object, listened is the third form of the verb, by me is the subject. So, some more examples. I had not tasted his eyes. His eyes had not been tasted by me. And there are more examples for you on the screen. Now, the structure formula for changing past perfect interrogative active sentences are as follows. Had plus subject plus past participle, that is third form of the verb, plus object. When we change it, it is had plus object plus been plus past participle, that is third form of the verb, plus by plus subject. Example: had I spoken the truth, I is the subject, plus spoken, third form of the verb, the truth, object. Had the truth been spoken by me? Here the truth is the object, spoken is the third form of the verb, by me is the subject. So there are more examples like had they burned those papers? Had those papers been burnt by them? So the other examples are on the screen. So now students, we move to past perfect continuous tense, and I think all of you are quite aware that past perfect continuous tense cannot be changed into the passive because they make little to no sense at all, because this can only be used in the active voice, not in the passive, because they express continuous action of the past. So still, uh, the structure is given on the screen for your understanding. So the structure for the active voice in the past perfect continuous tense: subject plus had been plus main verb plus ing plus object. Example: he had been joining the party. Now the structure formula for past perfect continuous tense in the negative active sentences: subject plus had plus not been plus main verb, that is verb 1, plus ing plus object. We had not been observing any activity in the house for the last few days. Now, the structure formula for interrogative past perfect continuous tense in the active: had plus subject plus been plus main verb, that is verb 1, plus ing plus the object. For example, had John been helping you with the painting? So students, that brings us to the end of the, all the structure formula for the past tenses. And stay tuned for the video on the future tenses. So my dear students, it takes a lot of hard work, for me to prepare these videos, and it doesn't matter much for you. Only a little, clicking of the like button or subscription can really, matter a lot of things for us. So please, students, Please do not forget to
So please subscribe,
subscribe, like, and share.
okay, thank you.